The second one is that we also did a study and found out that most of the politicians who aspired during the democratic period to offices, local governments, governors, and even the presidents, most of them did not have concrete plans of what they do or what they will do for the state to make the state a viable one. What they were after is just to capture power, get in there, sit there, begin debauchery and kind of jamboree kind of lifestyle. Because they know that every month of the 12 months in a year, there's a time you will go to Abuja to go and collect, no matter how little it is, you are going to get it. It's just like, they are just like students who wait for handouts. When the student is he knows that once I get to campus, I can always call my dad or my mom, to give me money for survival. And the moment your dad failed to give you that particular money, you become a beggar in the campus. So, and you don't even want to find a way within, while you are a student, to do some things that can generate income for you, to add side by side what your parents are giving to you. In the universities today, we have some students who do nothing but rely on their parents' salary, stipends. We have some also who are students, but they do little businesses side by side to survive. And at the end of the day, you find that they don't beg in school. It's the same thing with the state. Now, coming back to why these states are not viable, how do you expect them to be viable when the governors have not even run a business? Some of the governors who want to run a state of about 3 million people, they have not even run a business, a pure water business, for 1 year to gain the expertise and experience of running, a business, place, churning out ideas on how to move that place forward, etc., pay worker salary, etc., as the case may be. They don't have such experience. They just go into governance just like that. Even when they go into governance, they wouldn't want to bring people who are experts to help them, ginger and find out how they can increase their internally generated revenue. I have said it before, and I want to reiterate that many of the states in Nigeria will be in this particular mantra and platform.
Again,
yes,
I'm shocked that I look at the list.
Yes, the business. In fact, the 36 states of the federation, most of the states do not have any business being poor, because it's just about management of the states. How do you generate? How do you bring ideas, to propel your state forward, so that you don't rely on just federal allocation every month, month end. You understand? There are governors who have, come out of the thinking cap and they think out of the box. Lagos is not by magic. When I see people talk about Lagos, say because they were federal capital territory, whatever the case may be. How many people remember that Calabar was once, the capital city of Nigeria? Lokoja was once, that is a Kogi state we talking about today. Lokoja was once capital city of Nigeria before it now moved to Lagos. You understand? How and why is it that Calabar today is not even as developed, even as when the colonial masters came and set up, Calabar as a district on its own, to propel itself and move. You understand the point? Why are they not up there or even close to Lagos? It's because of the fact that the managerial acumen of those who have come to, govern these states, for instance, like in Lagos, is on the high pedestal. Look at the governors that have governed Lagos State, for instance. They have pedigrees. Is it Bola Tinubu? Forget about what people say about him. Is it Bola Tinubu that we know? He worked in mobility, as the case may be. Fashola was a senior advocate of Nigeria, etc., as the case may be. He also had that knowledge and expertise. Is it the other man, what's his name? Ambode. You understand? These are accountants, these are people who have been in businesses for years. Is this Sanwo-Olu, as the case may be? As they've been in businesses, they have been operating in high-profile conglomerates churning out profit for their companies, etc., before they now became governor.
So
but
you could say that Lagos people were intentional about it.
Of course, they have a mantra they build on. They have a mantra, and the developmental, mantra cannot be altered like that. They just have it, their 10-year, 20-year plan. Whichever government that comes to a place will execute that, plan, the same way, and maybe add its own on top of it to create a behemoth like we have in Lagos today. The same thing with Kano. If you look at Kano, look at those people who govern Kano. That is why Kano is the second in the list. They have been able to, move around. Even Ganduje that left, Ganduje is a PhD holder. He has a lot of experience, as case may be. The president governor, the same thing. So you find out that in these other states, what now happened is this. I am not saying that these people in these states that are poor, open and closed, when I use the word poor, is that they are not educated or they are not PhD holders or whatever, but they don't think out of the box. For instance, Akwa Ibom State, we hear a lot of things on television, we see a lot of things on television, we hear a lot of things on radio, the development here and there, this blah 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 as case has happened. It means these things are audio. What happens in Cross River State? Tinapa, what is Tinapa? That should have been, yearning, Cross River, for them. The cassava plant they have in Cross River, where are all those things Ayade was telling us? What has happened to the syringe manufacturing industry? What has happened to those things in Cross River State that they cannot add it up to make up their IGR?
I mean,
these are questions we should ask. Akwa Ibom has a lot of gas resources. Mobile and oil and gas companies are there. Why is that Akwa Ibom cannot meet up? Whereas if you look at the allocation that comes from the federation account, Akwa Ibom will recover at least 2 to the 3rd position in terms of the states that earn more from the federation account. So what is the governor doing there? That the governor has no business, other state has no business being among the states that could not pay their salaries. It's sad. You understand the point now? Unfortunately, we could not access our own river state because
we'll come to that.
You understand the point. Now you look at a state like Edo, and Edo state. I was even thinking that Edo would be among the poor, states according to IGR generation and not dependent on the allocation from the federation account, etc. But they've gone up there. The reason is because the governor that is there, Obaseki, he was the MD, CEO of one of the best, investment companies in Africa. I don't want to call the name here. You understand the point now? So he was the MD and he managed that place for decades. Likewise, the man coming in to replace him now. For instance, if the person coming to replace him in PDP now, as the case may be, becomes governor, you will not be surprised because that same guy managed a bank for decades. He was a bank MD, and he also has some investment companies in Lagos and abroad that he has managed. So, generating revenue and thinking outside the box will not be a problem for that particular man.
My fear.
Yes.